Alrighty then. Hello everybody. Welcome. I hope we're all doing good. Today we're doing a mini stream. This is like when was it? Maybe a weekend before Christmas I did something similar to this. Well, we ended up going for a whole hour, which is totally not my intention here today. But we're doing a mini stream today because yesterday I did like 5 hours. The day before that I did 5 hours. So I've already done 10 hours this weekend, and normally I only do around 6 in total. So we're already fast approaching double what I normally would. And I'm a little bit concerned that I'm going to burn myself out. So the title is Rendering and Burnout Avoidance. Oh yeah, I'm also rendering the next part of the LP. There's a lot of little things I don't want to like fall behind on. Yeah, I'm basically, we're doing a mini stream here today so that I can get straight back to doing the LP. I've got several tasks I want to do for myself today, and doing a long stream just isn't going to work with it. It's going to butcher my energy or whatever. So I figure we would just have a quick little chat, do a mini Q&A. If anyone's got any questions, we want to talk about something, we can log in game and do some small things. But because I'm rendering, the frame rate's going to be really low, and we'll probably start dropping frames and stuff. In fact, shall we test? I've never actually tested. How well do you think I can give you a 960 stream at 6K bitrate while playing in 1440p and rendering a 1440 by 60 video? How well do you think my PC can handle this? Also, might I add, oh god, while having a hell of a lot of Chrome tabs open, and we all know that ruins PCs, right, guys? Right? RCB123 says, hey, yeah, and so here's the other thing as well. Thank you very much for the compliment there, RCB. I wanted part 8 out last night, but I fell asleep before it fully finalized. So it actually only went up a few hours ago. So it was delayed by maybe 6 hours or something like that, which wasn't too good. So let's see. PvP gameplay. And again, I'm not going to be playing PvP or anything here. We're just going to see how things go. I do want to play a bug in the system. I feel bad because we haven't done any PvE this weekend at all. What happened this weekend was the daily automated tournament was going on Saturday, and I thought I'd try it out, and it was reasonably fun, but I wanted to learn more. So on Sunday we dedicated to learning more, and then I just played some random queues. And that's it. That's 10 hours. That's literally that. Those two sentences describe 10 hours of content. Which is kind of nuts, to be honest. It's weird. I've got so many different things that I'm interested in at the moment, because I really am very interested. I mean, I went to Jebro's stream late last night, and we talked a little bit more about, like, casting and streaming and the kind of ways that people can do it. Someone had a really cool suggestion. It might still be here. Here, listen to this. Nahiri Moonflare. What do we think of this, guys? He says, you're casting. Hey, WP, I was watching the VOD of your cast of the automated tournament yesterday, and you were asking... Oh, by the way, Patreon messages is another thing I want to get to. After this stream's going to end, I'm going to go straight to that. Anyway, I was watching the VOD of your cast of the AT yesterday, and you were asking for advice. I don't know how possible this is, as I don't know exactly how the spectator climb works for PvP, but you seem to be missing a narrative throughout the AT. And I agree with them there. So they're talking about, like, there's no, like, story through line that's built, right? He says, basically, no one is invested in the players because they're just normal players. An idea I had was to start randomly picking a team at the start to spectate and going through the tournament following them and or whoever beats them. It's not perfect, but I hope it helps. I actually like this. I think this is probably the best way to do it. I get the whole... swapping around thing, and I know that Jebro does that a lot and he swears by it, and I know that we caught a good game on Capricorn, but I mean, I have to trust my gut here, and my gut really says that the swapping around shit is just a bad idea. It's just not entertaining, I don't think, anyway. Not in my estimation. I wouldn't be confident in it. But if we, like, pick a random team at the start, and it's like, yeah, you're my boys, we're gonna do it, and we watch them, and they get through a round, and then another round, and because, let's face it, most of the random teams we see at the moment, this works for you, because you're going to think, oh, but they're just going to lose. But that's what's cool, right? You would get a thing where most of the random teams just lose again and again and again. So it would start getting really hype. Imagine then one weekend we do a cast, and they start getting really far. And they get to the finals or whatever. That would be hype. You got to admit, that would be, if there's like a proper underdog that we're following, and you now see them in the finals. It also does other really awesome things. It means that 90-second window at the start, you don't have to worry about listing every single build too majorly. You literally just, because you already have half of them have been described, because half of them are the team that you've already watched. So you can say, all right, the guys we're following, the Dementists, they're blue team this time, so we don't have to look at them. Their opponents are blah, blah, blah. And like 50% of the knowledge is already done. You don't get any dropping into matches halfway. I actually really like the suggestion. I really do. And so then when your team loses, it doesn't mean you stop watching the tournament altogether. It just means you follow whoever beat them. And there's a less of a story there, but at least you follow who beat them and you see how they go. And I just think that's a slightly better format to go with. I think it's a slightly better way to deal with things. So there's that. Benji hasn't got back to me on the idea of like the UI thing. I haven't set up the overlays for the other UI idea that I had, which I kind of want to do as well. That's another thing I want to do today. By the way, my story about the bugged Char. Amazing. He's not here. Whoa. Do you remember my story about the LP episode? I wanted to show some Char. But they were bugged. The dialogue was bugged. Well, the bug was that there was a Char standing here. A Rouse warband member, just a Rouse member, was here permanently, forever. But they're not here right now. That might mean that they're unbugged. I did file a formal bug report with ArenaNet for that. It seems like this instance might be a new instance. It might have just spun up and they might not be bugged. Apparently they patrol up and down here. Wow, I kind of want to sit around on this instance now and see what happens. Because that Rouse member is not here. That's crazy. That is actually so cool. Man, there's so much that I wanted to show here on the LP as well, by the way, guys. Like, look at all these cool little areas. There's these guys.
It ain't done. Shut up. I'll tell you when it's done.
These guys just constantly talk about how this food isn't done for them, which is great. You got all these dudes in the bar, and obviously we're familiar with this, but like, it's so cool. There's all these cool areas that I want to show in the LP, but it's just like, it's too much. ArenaNet, you put too much in the game. Or too much that we have no reason to visit, right? That's the thing. But like, look at all these areas you can climb up to. There's a Sylvari up here who wants to talk about things. She sits up here with like a little cub as well, Manica. There's all little stuff going on. Down here, there's like a supercomputer that they've built kind of thing. Where is it? Like a crazy forge thing. And they're talking about it. There's Ash Legion members conspiring. These guys.
Someone's coming.
They talk about a variety of different things. They've actually got different dialogue that triggers. These guys here talk about this machine that they've built. This is all just like random nonsense. No personal story instances occur here. No POI is here. No nothing's here. There's one event that might spawn in the bar. But it's crazy. It really is crazy. Crucius patrol. I know this area intimately now because I've spent so long. Crucius patrols up and down and bullies an Iron Legion guy who's slacking off on his job. This pack Marmux was bugged as well last I was looking at it. He never had a Blood Legion soldier coming up to it. So I wonder if that's changed. What's going on here? Who's this? Oh, was that a player? I think it was a player. But yeah, it's crazy. I can't believe the Rouse member isn't here. These frightened cows have come out. Where are the Rouse people from then? I don't know. I wish I could get this dialogue. It's just going to happen that the second I upload the video, the dialogue is now available to listen to, isn't it? Do they hang out in here maybe? No, this is the Blight Warband. I don't know. I don't know, guys. I don't know. My camera movement is really fast right now. Like, really fast. I don't quite know why. You get all the Devour areas. Anyway. So yeah, I got that, and then the audiobooks as well, right? Like, gotta actually start getting some more progress going on that. And I've got to compile where all of the Sea of Sorrows competition entries are, because I got a ton of them and they're all over the place now, and I need to actually figure out a way to compile them all properly. I've got to go through all of my tweets. I've got to go through all of my Discord messages and all of my what's the other place? Reddit messages as well, and figure out where all these are. There's maybe like 10 to 15 entries now. I need to put them all in a notepad file so we can do a stream where we judge them next weekend. What's this? If you really want it, you need to contact the hackers or the creators of DPS meter that know how to work with DAL proxies, because that shit is next level programming. What's next level programming? Sorry? What? Hearing these guys and triggering on demand audio? I don't think that... What? What are you talking about? Basically, you can't use the API. No. I know. Wait, what? You can't use the API because it doesn't record the stats in real time, so you have to use OCR and make that feed into the program where you have to use a No, Dusty, I already talked about this. I know that the API doesn't do it. I know that the API doesn't do it because it's too fast. I said that exact comment yesterday. I'm pretty sure you were watching. It's no, you just use the method I described to implement it is not out of the realms of possibility. It uses screen scanning. That's literally it. The same as that old DPS meter worked. I don't know what you're actually talking about. You've been curious what my current build is. It seems to handle Guild Wars 2 very well. Yeah, what is this, by the way? We're getting almost 60 frames. That's hilarious. I can't believe I'm actually able to do this. We haven't dropped a single frame on the stream. How is that a thing? That's crazy. That is actually crazy. I wonder if I could record, render, and stream all at once. My system, I have a nice graphic GPU in it that I regret getting, to be honest. It's the 1080. It's not a 1080 Ti or anything. It's a 1080. And I have an i7 5560K, I think, or something. The CPU is, I think, 2 generations old now. And the GPU is current gen. That's it. It's not actually that crazy, really. I mean, it's a very high-end build. Don't let me understate. It's a very high-end build, but it's not like a supercomputer. I don't have SLI cards. I don't have any like crazy nonsense stuff going on. The clocking is all default as well. There's none of that going on because I was sick of the instability I kept introducing month after month. Aloda said, I haven't watched the new video yet, but did you find the ambient dialogue I wanted? No, I didn't. So yeah, people who have just filtered in, this is going to be a tiny little stream. I'm actually going to get going in a second. Does anyone have any questions? Want to talk about anything very quickly here? Because again, I don't want to do a big stream on this one. So if anyone's got anything they desperately want to talk about, let's hear it. Oh, you have some news. So Dusty, I'm scrolling up now to the point where you say you have some news on the score bar. Yeah, I think that your methods, your implementation methods, are not at all what I was suggesting. If you think I don't know how hard it is, I probably do underestimate it. You're right, but I don't think I was ever looking at the API. In fact, we blatantly said that yesterday. You haven't watched the new video yet? Oh God, I'm so bad at chat. I struggle even at just reading chat. Boyflux says, perfect timing. I finished watching part 8. It makes me really happy that people are still watching it because viewership is dropping and dropping and dropping. So those of you who are still around, thank you very much. That's very cool. Scrolling. Screen scanning isn't possible because it isn't reliable. What do you mean?
Faster.
Screen scanning is not possible because it isn't reliable. I tried screen scanning, but you cannot assure the results. Well, I mean, they had a DPS meter that was flying by on much smaller text that was updating much quicker. You don't even need it to be that reliable for this. It's just a counter that's counting up steadily. It only refreshes the counter once every, what, like 2 seconds or something? The ticks of points actually come in. You wouldn't even need to scan it that quickly. The bars wouldn't even need to update that quickly. They could update once every, like, 5 seconds. It wouldn't even be a big deal. So I don't actually think reliability would be that much of a problem. You got a 4770, get on my level. Favorite movie of 2017? I watched a really good movie the other day. What was it? I don't know. I rewatched Shutter Island the other weekend, and I really enjoyed Shutter Island. I rewatched that. I think after we mentioned it on one of the streams. I was listening to the Bitter Truth. I can't remember that song that plays in it, and it got me hyped to watch the movie. The biggest problem with screen scanning the score versus the DPS meter is that the text is stylized more than the chat logs, and the OCR libraries have a harder time reading it. Interesting. Do you think you could manipulate that with reshade somehow then? You just isolate this part of the screen, and you change the way that the score looks there? A question having nothing to do with Guild Wars 2. Yesterday you said, what a mistake to make her. The only other place I've ever heard this is the show Hello Hello. Do you watch that show? No, I don't watch Hello Hello. But a lot of people around me have said that as I grew up, so I guess I just sort of got it from them, and they probably got it from Hello Hello. Coloured background instead of dark background. If you ever want help editing audio for the audiobooks, I really appreciate the offer, Dark Sigma, but the more people I add to that project, the less likely it's going to be coming out fast. I want full autonomy of it. I'm going to do it on my own. So what would the advantage of using a DLL proxy be, exactly? If you're able to get a guy on it or 12. Is it really that hard? I mean, who am I to say? To be fair, who am I to say? But I appreciate the offer. A question. Hey, Mad Minds. What's this as well? Beta Ace, it's good to see you. Not able to catch you live on the weekends, but I just wanted to say that I'm loving the LP. I get serious nostalgia from when I binged your first Guild Wars LP around Living World Season 2 when I first discovered your channel. I hope you keep up. Thanks, man. Actually, there are 3 people, since I started the Guild Wars 2 LP, there are 3 people who have gone back to the Guild Wars 1 and are leaving comments as they go right now, and it's amazing. So I'm really enjoying that. To those of you who are out there, some of you even come to the streams. It's very cool. I don't think all of you realize that I'm responding to you as you go, but yeah, it's cool. And who was it? I got a message just an hour or so ago that I was reading about Magi Malachiah, an old mysterious, potentially immortal character in Crota. And I'm wondering now, oh, that's who Livia is. That's who Anise is, sorry. That's who E is. And so on and so on. I'm a new player and I just got level 80 on my Mesmer. I heard there's a balance patch coming up and I'm very unsure what elite spec to choose. Any advice? Don't choose your elite specialization. Well, what are you talking about? I'm unsure what elite spec to choose. What are you talking about? This game is like built to get everything in it all together really easy. It's not a choice. I wish it was. Well, I don't necessarily wish it was a choice. It's not like you're not playing Maple Story and you're gonna, you know, waste 30 to 50 to 100 hours of your life by picking the wrong subclass. You can have both, man, and you just swap them on and off whenever you want them, right? Like right now I can go Renegade, oh, I'm a Renegade, or I can go Herald, oh, I'm a Herald, or now I can go Retribution, oh, I'm a Core Rev. It's that quick. It's not a big choice. They go full on freedom for you. So just do whatever you want. And there's balance patches are free. They could be more frequent, but they're frequent enough that if you make decisions like that based on upcoming balance, that's a bad idea. So just play them all, man. Unlock them, learn them, base it on flavor as you start, and then go from there. That's what I would say. Oh yeah, look. Renegade, amazing, confirmed. It one-shot those harpies. Yeah, I played a lot of Maple Story very early, and I never used the cash shop, so like the grind was real. What color dyes am I using? I always get that question on this character. Why do people always ask that on this character? What is it about the dyes on this? To me, this is just like a purple like any others. There's something about this too. Everyone asks what dyes these are. Everyone. It's Bloodstone Indigo, Imperial Red, and Bloody Red. Oh, and a bit of Blacklight on there as well. That's the dyes that I'm using. It's the Bloodstone Indigo, I think, that most people are like, whoa. Guild Wars 2 has way more frequent balance patches than any other MMO I've played. Really? That's kind of interesting. Guild Wars 2 communicates with a DLL file, an extension. If you put your own DLL file, then you can get the score from it and set those bars up and send it back to the game so you'll be able to see the bar with one program. I like the DPS meters. But creating that is really fucking hard. You would have to get a guy. You don't even need to inject it back into the game or anything. That doesn't matter. You can do that. It can be done. The overlay, the graphic can be done in OBS. It doesn't have to interact with the game at all. All you need is to be able to pull the numbers out. That's it. And then it can be a separate thing that translates the numbers into a variant crop over a red and blue bar, right? Which you can do in OBS as well. So it's really just the screen. It's sort of bringing maybe 3 or 4 different things together into one package. But you don't even have to inject. On my end, it doesn't have to go back into Guild Wars. All we care about is putting it in OBS. People want to know what in-game fashion because you are a fashion wars god, WP. Oh, look at this. Bacon's all mine coming with the compliments. I get no compliments ever in anything I do. There's people saying that the horns on my char on the LP look bad. I got ill comments about my human. I got ill comments when I changed the human's hair. I got ill comments about all 3 armor setups that I've had on the human, except the starter stuff. I've had ill comments about the dyes I used on the human. I've just started the char. I've decided to use some new, recently added gem store faces and whatnot to the char and horns. And I've got ill comments about the horns. So, I mean, I may as well just give up, right? I may as well give up. I may as well just dye everything white and just walk around like that. You don't think you could get usable results with OCR? Well, fair enough. What about OCR with, though, like I said, like messing with the contrast of the screen up there so that it can read it more clearly? It doesn't have to be the way that the devs present it, right? You can always just isolate that part of the screen, apply a filter to it, and have OCR read the filtered thing so that it can read it more clearly. And the filter wouldn't be represented in game. You could do that quite easily through OBS as well. Get good with the permafrost. Listen, I'm the permafrost king. I established the permafrost raptor meta. They're all beautiful on the inside. Yeah. You've gotten compliments now on this stream, so I'm no longer welcome to complain. Yeah, I guess I should stop, right? I get all these lovely comments and excitement, and I just focus on the negativity. Yeah, I'll make it sound easy. I'm like one of those douchebags you find on the internet. I'm fully aware of this right now. I'm one of these kids that's like, why don't they just add it? It would take like 2 seconds. You know, when people ask that of devs, they're like, it's just like 1 line of code. I can't believe they're not making that change. It's just 1 line of code. What are they doing? Yeah, I'm exactly that guy right now. Even worse, I'm being that guy to volunteers in my chat that are just trying to help out. I hope you know I appreciate what a douchebag I am. Really interesting there. The unclaimed waypoint wasn't visible on the minimap before I grabbed it. For your char, the aim... listen, the char... I'm going to tell you now, DJ Gaidan. The char is going to look like a boss. Here, I'll give you a preview. I don't even care. The char goes through 3 armor sets. They all look godly. They're king-like, all right? Don't even tell me... There's spoilers for the LP coming up here. Spoiler-oonies. Don't even tell me that this char looks bad right now. Look at this. Sorry, is it a random vista? Oh, yeah, baby. Adamant guard stuff. Oh, he's good. He's a good-looking chappy. There's going to be lots of different stuff going on with him. He looks sweet. Yeah, the spoiler-oons. The spoilers. The vague spoilers. It's like I'm looking at a mirror. Oh, I can't toggle reshade for some reason right now. Why can I not toggle reshade? What have I done wrong here? Well, I don't know. Char look bad in general, though. Get out, Doctor. Get out. I like Booker here in chat saying, sorry, WP, you've never been good at Fashion Wars. Like they're an authority on these facts. He looks like a painted ninja, though, with all that dark dye. How many episodes have I finished? In terms of, like, most of them are done. They just need that little bit of post-production done. I only have 23, 24. But, I plan to get more done today, actually. I plan to get more done today. Any other questions, guys? Because I'm going to have to jump off. It might be possible if you isolate the score numbers as separate cropped pieces, you crank up the contrast and grayscale to get it basically white text on black. Yeah, exactly, right? Now, why can't we try that? All we need to do is sit down in front of the laptop with a terminal open and then tap the keyboard like a hacker. Thanks for all your rants about something being viable and something being meta. I've had so much fun on my DD Spellbreaker in open world lately. Yeah, Dagger's fun on Spellbreaker, man. I like Dagger. I had a very snarky comment to someone yesterday on the stream. I can't remember who it was, but yeah. No, was it about that? I can't remember. Anyway. Alright, guys, that's going to have to be it. Looking at the chart, I'm rethinking my Patreon spot. No, DJ Goodnight, I have to leave it. Look, I'm losing valuable lifeblood here. I'm making people re-question Patreon. Speaking of Patreon, I need to go look at the messages there. Thanks very much for tuning in on this little half-an-hour stream here. I hope you guys had a little bit of fun. I did want to come and say hi, just, you know, to reward people who have me in their schedules there. But yeah, we're going to cut this one short because we've done so much and there's a lot more I want to be getting on with. So cheers, everybody. I hope you enjoyed yourselves. And I will see you at the latest on Saturday. But we might do some midweek streams where I try out and prototype some more casts and things when we figure more stuff out. So yeah. Cheers, guys. I'll catch you later. Wait. One last question. Beta Ace says, have you noticed any new players commenting on your Let's Play with questions or anything? I'd be interested to know how big your target audience ended up being. It's actually blown my mind. There's a lot of comments in there. Like, when I was on my Ellie and I showed off blasting a fire field, it's a bit of a joke in the Guild Wars community to be like, oh, I don't even know how combo fields work or whatever. But there are a lot of comments. I mean, I've been covering this game and been open to a community in this way for a long time. So believe me, when this blows my mind, it really does blow my mind. A lot of people had no idea that combo fields existed, and had no idea that any of that stuff. Like, the joke is classically dodge rolling. Oh, nobody knows how to dodge. But I actually have learned there's a serious thing going on in terms of tutorializing the combo field system. And I mean, it's not a big deal right now for the game, but the fact that there's that much ignorance out there about combo fields, like a lot. And here's what's amazing: a lot of these comments come from, and I'm not judging these people, right? But a lot of these comments also, people say, "Oh, I'm a veteran player. I've been playing for 5 years, and I never knew about this. Oh, I've had the game installed since launch, and I just realized I don't know how to play Ellie." And they say stuff like that, and they're all warm, nice, kind-hearted comments. And, you know, it takes some guts to admit that you don't know what you've been doing for all this time. But the quantity of them, like, it's actually kind of crazy to have seen. So I'm thinking actually on the next few episodes I record, which are like way off in the future, but the next few I record, I might start talking about the combo fields again a bit more because, yeah, so little moments like that, you ask me, have I reached my demo? There are definitely a lot of new people watching. I just responded to a comment. Someone said, because we swapped to the char and we started playing the char story, someone said, yeah, I just installed the game. Wow, are you telling me there's a different personal story for each race? Like, they didn't know that. They genuinely didn't know there was a different story for each race. And they were like, wow, because I was thinking about starting the expansions, but I might make an alt now. And I was like, yeah, there's a different story for each race. So there are people out there who don't know the game, who are new to the game, who are watching it. And I think that's really good. What's more profound to me is veterans are watching me. I really like that a lot of you guys listening right now, like, and when I say veterans, I actually mean like people who play and understand the game. They're watching it as well. But it's hitting some newbies. It really is. I don't know, if you guys have any confidence in my ability to put out a quality product there, I would ask you to not be scared, if you're trying to get more people into Guild Wars, to link that series to them. Because hopefully, I mean, it's your decision to make whether you actually believe it is good for new people, but some new people are watching it, definitely. In higher numbers than I believed, than I realized, or thought would. And yeah, you get these very interesting comments there. If you dig in them, you'll find some strange things where people just say, oh, especially on the combo fields. Ewendell, go to the start of the stream, man. I've already answered that question. But thank you guys. Thanks very much. Did anybody sub or anything just before I leave? Look at this. I was aiming for this to be 10 minutes. It's become half an hour. You're in the 5-year veteran blast ignorance club. Rest in peace. Yeah, I mean, and there's no shame in it. I'm glad that people know. If anything, it's a discussion to have for ArenaNet. Yeah, we got 0 follows, 0 subs, 0 donations for this. But we have only been going half an hour, so that's fine. Thanks to everybody who came along. It means the world to me, and I will catch you guys in due time. See you guys.